The grandmother.
He talked about
My grandmother, who was a cult, and my grandfather was a Travis, and they were related to the Grays that owned the house across the street from our farm. And then Bernard and Donna lived very close to us, so they became like family for us. And my brother Jim started working, milking cows, and then I came along and helped also. And so the biggest thing was the card games that we would play after the chores were done. And that was our closest time. One time we ended up going over to play cards and there was a snowstorm. And then we were out of school for 3 days, I believe. And we had to stay there because we either had to stay overnight or wait till the roads got cleared up to get home. So our memories go back a long ways, and we always loved Bernard and Donna, and they were their best friends of ours, and they took great care of us, and we just loved them to death. So. And then Bernard was telling me that my grandfather actually taught him how to play the banjo because they traveled all over the United States singing and playing vaudeville. And in fact, my uncle said that when they would get to Buffalo, New York, they would always try to drive over there to listen to him play and sing. And that's the end of the story, I guess.
Thank you for the tractor ride.
Is it your turn?
I remember camping in his backyard. I liked it because the hay ride.
The hay ride?
Yeah. I'm thinking of
For what?
hay ride.
The hayride. I guess one of my favorite memories for Papa was doing toad turtle in the pool when we were little. And I remember baling hay a lot. It was super hot outside, but that was fun. And then doing groundhogs. Clean up groundhogs with it. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I remember one time, Dad, how hard we always worked in the field, and when it's time to bale hay, we got it out there done, made sure we got it in because we still had to, go back in and milk and everything. But one time we were baling hay, we were over there on the one of the south fields over on the west, and you stopped us because you had you saw a whole bunch of black raspberries in the fence row. And you picked a hat full of black raspberries while we were baling hay, and you took it up so Mom could make a pie. And I just remember that. It was pretty special.
Okay, I got to tell this special story about Bernard. We were in Atlanta. He loves to find pennies. I don't care where they're at. He loves to find them. We was in Atlanta, Georgia, and this is a true story. We were coming to the stop sign, and I can't remember who was driving. I think Shelley was driving. And he said, "Stop, there's a penny." And he jumped out of the car, and this is in Atlanta, Georgia, and picks up that penny. And that is the truth. That was so cool. I don't know how many pennies he's got, but I'm sure he has a lot.
Oh. Glenn, Cleo's husband, what do you have to say about this vehicle here?
tried to drive it once in a while.
Did you go on dates with anybody?
No, but just Bernard. Bernard and about 4 others.
Oh. Have you known Bernard a long time?
Yeah, about 8 years ago.
8 years ago, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory of him?
Remember going driving the gravel road.
And you go to the gospel barn together?
No.
No. But sometimes you sit together at the gospel barn.
I know we do.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Did you have to change the oil on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not my memory, but Bernard, he used to carry me around in the field when I was like 2 or 3 years old when he was planting wheat. He carried me all around that field across the road there. And the memory I remember was my last one is when I took my son, who was then about 12 years old. I wanted to show him how to bale hay and what it was all about. And so he and I was working up into the mow, and Bernard was unloading the wagon, and we started sweating a little bit, you know. And with this one particular bale, there was a snake in it. I told him, we're all done. We're going home. He came up there in the mow, and he took care of it. I don't know what he did with it. I think he just stacked it with the rest of the bales, and he finished doing the wagon. I watched him do it. And that's only been about 15 years ago. And they could still outwork me. So that's it. That's my memory.
Of Papa. Just remember spending weeks on end out there in the summer on the farm, and Chris came to my house all the time, and we just spent a lot of time, and I love him to death.
Go ahead.
I don't know about my favorite memory, but what I do remember is Uncle Bernard's kindness and heart. I seemed somewhat easygoing, but we were always had to go out to the barn, milk the cows, bale hay, and I always remember him cutting wood all the time. Still, always been doing it. But my favorite thing is him and his cookies. I remember he came back to the table once and he had a stack of cookies. He says, I don't know what happened, they all stuck together. So, he always had sort of a joke to tell. Amazing man. Love you. So glad we could be with you today.
And Nevin's married to Mike, and I've loved Donna and Bernard for years and years. And Uncle Bernard comes to all the events at the lake, and he's always so much fun, and he's always looking for his pennies, and he loves his cookies, right? And the thing I remember is we'd go on boat rides, and he'd like slip us a $20. Like, you know, I know this costs money to ride this, to do this boat, and he would give us a 20 or so for a few years. So very sweet man. We love him very dearly.
Say something, you can go ahead.
Happy birthday, Uncle Bernard. It's great to see you today. I love you.
This
This is John Pope.
John Pope. Okay.
I'm Patty Pope.
Okay.
And that's Bart Pope.
Great.
We're missing Pam.
All right.
Okay.
Verge and Bernard were
Yes.
best friends.
Yes.
both
Oh, I
through
see
high
that.
school and beyond.
And
so.
Claire and Donna
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
And we were always together.
Mostly,
Always.
Homemade
the
ice
families,
cream.
the
Didn't
families were
Mostly we
always
got
like
together and had
babysitting
ice
back and
cream.
forth
Yeah.
or something. Yes, we
Nice.
were always at each other's houses.
Okay, got it. So
I
let's
got lots
sing
of
that
memories.
song. I want to
Oh,
hear it.
what song are we singing?
I don't know.
Oh,
song.
no.
I thought you were going to say happy birthday to Bernard.
We did that.
I'm the one
Sorry.
that told Bernard he got the pew in the kitchen because he had insomnia, because when he'd sit in the pew he'd always go
Record
to
that.
sleep. And when I was little I used to follow him around and make sure his pockets were tucked in, because Bernard was forever having his pockets pulled out. So I would go to correct him and make sure he had his pockets tucked in. Okay. Tell him. Tell him.
Tell him what?
Bart realized that when he went haying at Bernard's, that it was real work.
Yeah, it was weird.
I think everybody here's worked on that farm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm noticing.
Probably.
All right, go.
I remember Grandma always yelling at Bernard, Bernard, don't pick your head. Bernard, go comb your hair. Bernard, go brush your teeth. Bernard, you stink. Bernard, go change your clothes. Bernard, how long have you been in that? Bernard, don't pick your teeth. And Bernard, give me that straw so I can pick my teeth. There you go. Remember when Grandma told Bernard, give me your ring because you're not wearing it. I'll give it to Cameron. There you go.
Morgan,
you got your limelight.
Right now, we're at Papa's birthday party, and we're having so much fun. I'm a tractor.
Oh, hey, that's really nice candy line.
I like it here, and it's fun.
My favorite memory of Papa is him talking about how they had kerosene lamps before electricity.
My favorite memory of Papa Reed was when last summer, he took us for a hayride.
Was when we went up to the mountains in the Shenandoah, and I think there was a little teeny bit of a waterfall, maybe, I'm not sure, but we were walking around in the creek, and Bernard rolled up his pant legs, had his shoes off. I think, I don't remember who all was with us, but I remember Bernard was, and it was really cute watching him walk really good on all those rocks. I think we were falling in, but he wasn't, so I guess he was the pro. That was my favorite memory. Another memory I have is, I'm not sure who came up with the joke first, if it was Bernard or Greg, but it was the peanut joke. And I do remember Bernard telling us about the peanut and somebody eating all the chocolate off it, and somebody else eating it and saying, oh, that's okay, I already ate all the chocolate. It was lots more funny when he was doing it.
So, one of the things that sticks out when I was a kid, one time we were at church, Grandma wasn't feeling good, and the pastor, which was Pastor Poole at the time, told her, oh, hey, Bernard, where's Donna? Is she feeling okay? He's like, no, but when I get home, when we get the dishes done, she'll be feeling better. No, but Grandpa's been a wonderful man, and means a lot to me. And just the patience that he's had with Grandma all these years, with all of us, and we love him a lot, and we hope we have many, many more of these. Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday.
Anything else?
Nope.
Wish you many, many more. See you on your 100th birthday.
Hi Bernard, happy birthday. We have so many wonderful memories of you. I remember how you would go out of church every Sunday and say, see my poor dishpan hands. Donna makes me wash all the dishes, and she'd say, Bernard, you know I never made you wash a single dish. And memories of you roller skating, and our kids just loved you and looked up to you, and we love you and look up to you too.
Yes, Bernard, happy birthday to you. We are really pleased to be able to be a part of your birthday and hope that you have a wonderful year ahead. We remember some of the wonderful times that we've had together at the church and things, and I still remember when you and Donna took us up to Spring Arbor University to hear the Collingsworth family, and what a blessed time that was, and we just enjoyed it so much, and a good outing and just a good time of fellowship. And thank you so much for being a part of our lives and letting us share yours, and I hope you have a wonderful year ahead. Bye-bye now.
All right, well, happy birthday, Bernard. Enjoyed spending a lot of time at your place baling hay and plowing fields and picking corn and all that good stuff. We've got a lot of great memories of you and Donna, and we wish you a happy birthday.
Did anybody tell you the story about when Bernard climbed up on the roof he was gonna fix it or something. He must have had some reason for climbing up on the roof, and the ladder fell over. And he told this story at church, and he got stuck up there, and he said, I yelled and hollered for Donna, but she didn't hear me. He said, I even told the dog to go get her, and the dog didn't go. And he that was a fun memory. We loved all your stories, Bernard.
The only way that I know to say thank you for everything you've done for me, Papa, is just to tell you that there's nobody that taught me more about kindness, hard work, loyalty, and honesty. A lot of people think they have the best dad in the world, but they don't know you. I love you very much. Happy birthday. 90 years. Every year in my life has been special with you. Love you, Dad. Thanks for everything.
Hi, Bernard. My favorite uncle. Happy birthday.
The sawmill. Yeah, I mean, talking about having a sawmill back there in the back of the woods, and that's a story I hear about every time back there. It's fun to listen, and it's a little bit different wood, and people bring their wood over to have it sawed back there. And, let's go nail that tree. That's what it is. Nail that tree. That's his word for it. That's what it is. Nail the tree. Let's go nail that tree. Okay. Don't tell everybody what I'm doing, but that I'm not helping you that much back here in the furnace. And if you fall down back here, don't tell anybody I fell down, John. Oh yeah, it's always fun back there. Yeah, and he always says, that he doesn't help, like I said, but I said, it always makes a difference when you come back here, Bernard. That's right. It takes me longer when you're not back here, and I'd rather have you than back here.
Bernard was a very special friend when I was growing up, and we've remained friends down through the years, and my kids thought the world of him. My boys especially, they worked for him, and they thought he was the greatest guy that ever lived. To this day, they just love him, and they wanted me to make sure I told him that they said happy birthday.
I could never keep up with him on the wagon. He worked us to death, but we still made it.
Hi Bernard, happy birthday. I wish someone else could be here, and if he were here, he would certainly be here to wish you a happy birthday. And I think I'm talking about Max. He loved you like a dad, probably. I didn't come up here until I was 18 years old, but I haven't known you as long as everyone else, but I've always thought you were a really nice man and a real good person, and everybody loves you. Happy birthday.
Special guy.
Happy birthday, Papa. My favorite memory of you is so many. I think I loved it when you went skating. And we'd all be trying to stand up, and there you would go past us just flying backwards. And I'm like, wow, I wish I could skate like that. And I can't do this. I just love you. You're like a second dad to me. And I love you so much.
So my favorite memory of Papa was when it was winter time, and he got the tractor out, and we put the sled behind the tractor, and he dragged us through the field until we fell off.
My favorite memory of Papa would have to be when we would always go up to Michigan over the summer, and every time we would get there, he would consistently tell me the same jokes. But I always remembered enjoying them, even though I knew the punchline. And I remember playing rook with him, and he would always act like he had the worst hand out of everybody there. But at the end of the game, he would pull out the bird, and he would win. So that would be my two favorite memories of Papa.
So my favorite memory of Papa is probably at my wedding. Well, probably, no, it's for real my favorite memory because it's legit. I'm like the only one who has that video. So that's my favorite memory because we danced together, and it's probably like one of the most individual times or most like special times I've ever had with him because it was just me and him. And it was a time when we got to enjoy it together.
I just remember thinking they were quite crazy to let me drive the Model A, not knowing me. And I guess my favorite memory of Papa would have to be that it's just a collection of memories. I remember just the first time I ever saw him skate, and the first time riding in the Model A, they let me drive it to church, and the first time I drove a tractor and they taught me how to drive and how Papa whistled because I missed a whole corner. And they visited many times to our house when the kids were little, and still to this day. And when we go back home to Michigan, it doesn't matter if they're chopping wood or what they're working on, what they're fixing. Papa's just a family man, and he always enjoys being with his family. And he's probably one of the most humble, generous people I know. And I love you, Papa. Happy birthday.
Everybody calls you Bernard, but God lets me call you Dad. Happy birthday. Have so many memories. Hope you have a happy birthday. I have so many memories of you. I guess everything you've taught me, taught me how to fix or do, are my favorites. Love you, Dad.
Ronnie, hit the tractor. No, hit it with the stick.